Hey Capricorn, welcome back. I have been sitting with your energy for a while now, and there is something really fascinating happening in your reading today. The cards are showing me this incredibly specific moment where one decision you are about to make is going to unlock something that has been dormant inside you for quite some time. I am talking about desires you might not even fully recognize yet, or maybe you do, but you have been keeping them locked away because the timing never felt right, or the circumstances were not aligned. But that is all about to change. So I shuffled with your sign in mind, asking specifically about this powerful choice that is coming and what it means for unlocking what you truly want deep down. The first card that came through for you is the Nine of Cups, and when this card shows up first, it is never a coincidence. This is the wish fulfillment card, the card of emotional satisfaction and getting what your heart truly desires. But here is what makes this interesting for you, specifically Capricorn. You are known for being practical, for focusing on tangible goals and measurable success. You build empires, you climb mountains, you achieve things that make other people's heads spin. But emotional fulfillment, personal happiness, the softer desires of the heart, sometimes those get pushed to the back burner while you are busy conquering the world. The Nine of Cups is showing me that there is something you have been wanting on a deeply personal level that has nothing to do with your resume, or your bank account, or what other people think of you. This is about pure emotional satisfaction, about feeling genuinely content and fulfilled in a way that feeds your soul. Maybe it is a relationship that goes deeper than surface-level connection. Maybe it is creative expression you have been denying yourself. Maybe it is a lifestyle change that would make you happier, but seems impractical on paper. Whatever it is, this card is telling me that the universe is ready to say yes to this desire. And this is crucial, you have to be willing to acknowledge what you actually want first. I am seeing that you might have been telling yourself that certain desires are not practical or not important or not worth pursuing right now because you have other priorities. You are so good at delaying gratification, Capricorn, at telling yourself you will focus on happiness later after you have achieved this next goal. But the Nine of Cups is flipping that script completely. It is saying that emotional fulfillment is not something you earn after you have checked off every box on your achievement list. It is something you deserve right now, and actually, pursuing it might be the key that unlocks everything else you have been working toward. The choice that is coming up for you, the one the cards keep circling back to, it is connected to this emotional desire. You are going to have an opportunity to move towards something that fulfills you on this deep personal level. The second card that came through is the Magician, and this is where things get really powerful because the Magician is all about having the tools, the skills, the resources, and the power to manifest what you want. This card is showing me that you are not just dreaming about something you cannot have. You actually possess everything you need right now to make this desire a reality. The Magician has all four suits represented on his table: wands for passion and creativity, cups for emotional fulfillment, swords for mental clarity and communication, pentacles for material resources and practical action. Everything is at your disposal. The question is not whether you can do this. The question is whether you will choose to use what you have to pursue what you actually want. What I am picking up on with the Magician in your reading is this sense of untapped potential. You have been so focused on using your skills and resources in specific ways, probably ways that other people expect from you or ways that fit the image of who you are supposed to be as a Capricorn, that you have not fully explored what becomes possible when you direct all that power towards something you personally desire. Think about it like this. You have been using your considerable talents to build someone else's vision, or to achieve goals that look good on paper but do not necessarily light you up inside. The Magician is saying you could take those exact same talents, that same work ethic, that same strategic mind you have, and point it at something that actually fulfills you emotionally. There is also this element with the Magician about conscious creation. You are being called to be very intentional about what you are manifesting. The powerful choice that is coming, it is not just about saying yes or no to an external opportunity. It is about consciously deciding what you want to create in your life moving forward. The Magician is asking you to get clear on what you are actually trying to build. Not what you think you should want, not what would impress other people, not what makes the most logical sense, but what would make you feel genuinely fulfilled and satisfied on a soul level. Once you get clear on that, the Magician is telling me you have absolutely everything you need to make it happen. The third card is the Page of Pentacles, and this card is absolutely fascinating in the context of unlocking hidden desires, because pages are all about new beginnings, learning, and approaching something with fresh eyes. But this is the Page of Pentacles specifically, which means we are talking about a new beginning in the material, physical, tangible realm of your life. This could be a new career path, a new way of generating income, a new living situation, a new approach to how you structure your daily life. Anything that has physical, real-world implications. What makes this really interesting for you, Capricorn, is that pentacles are your comfort zone. You understand material reality. You know how to build things in the physical world. You are pragmatic and grounded. But the page energy suggests you are going to be approaching something in this realm as a beginner. The hidden desire that is being unlocked might involve allowing yourself to be a student again in some area of your life. Maybe there is something you have always wanted to learn or try, but you did not pursue it because you could not see how it would advance your existing career, or because you did not want to be bad at something while you were learning. The Page of Pentacles is showing me that part of this powerful choice involves being willing to start something new, even if you are not immediately good at it, even if you are a beginner, even if it means admitting you do not have all the answers in this particular area. What I am also seeing with this card is that the desire being unlocked might be more practical than you would expect. When we talk about hidden desires, people often think of wild, impractical dreams. But for you, the hidden desire might actually be something quite grounded. Maybe a simpler life, maybe working with your hands, maybe building something from scratch in a very tangible way, maybe a complete career change to something that pays less but feeds your soul more. The Page of Pentacles suggests that whatever this is, it involves real-world action and implementation, not just fantasy or wishful thinking. The fourth card that came through is Three of Cups, and this is such a beautiful card in the context of unlocking desires, because the Three of Cups is about celebration, community, emotional connection, and sharing joy with others. This suggests that the desire you have been keeping hidden is not just about personal achievement or individual satisfaction. There is a social component, a relational element, something about connecting with others in a more authentic, joyful way. For Capricorn, who can sometimes get isolated in the process of achieving goals, who can become so focused on the climb that you forget to enjoy the company of people who actually care about you, this card is really significant. What I am picking up on is that part of what you have been desiring without maybe fully acknowledging it is more genuine connection, more celebration, more moments of pure joy shared with people who get you. Not networking, not professional relationships that serve a purpose, but actual friendship and community where you can let your guard down and just be yourself without the armor of achievement. The Three of Cups is showing me that when you make this powerful choice to pursue what you really want, it is going to bring more of this energy into your life. There is also something here about collaboration versus competition. You might have been operating in a very independent, self-reliant mode for a long time, believing that if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. The Three of Cups is suggesting that part of unlocking your hidden desires involves opening up to collaboration, to letting other people contribute to your vision, to creating something together rather than alone. This might feel vulnerable for you because it means sharing control and trusting others, but the emotional fulfillment that comes from genuine collaboration is part of what your soul has been craving. Now we have the Fool, and this card is absolutely wild in this position because the Fool is the Zero card, the card of new beginnings, infinite potential, and taking a leap of faith into the unknown. This is the card of someone standing at the edge of a cliff with a little dog at their heels and the sun shining overhead, about to step into a completely new adventure. For practical, cautious Capricorn, the Fool energy can feel really uncomfortable because it asks you to move forward without having everything figured out, without a guaranteed outcome, without a safety net. But that is exactly why this card is so powerful in your reading about unlocking hidden desires. The choice you are facing, the one that has the potential to unlock everything. It is going to require some level of faith and trust in the process. You are not going to have all the information. You are not going to be able to see exactly how it will all unfold, and that is okay. The hidden desire that is being unlocked is one that you have probably been keeping hidden partially because pursuing it feels too uncertain, too risky, too unpredictable for someone with your need for security and solid ground beneath your feet. The Fool is telling you that sometimes the most important things in life require you to take that leap even when you cannot see the landing. What I find really beautiful about the Fool in your reading is that this card is not about being reckless or irresponsible. The Fool carries everything they need in a small bag, travels light, and trusts that they will find what they need along the way. For you, this might mean simplifying, releasing some of the burdens and responsibilities you have been carrying, and trusting that you do not need to control every outcome in order to be okay. The powerful choice might involve letting go of something that has been weighing you down, whether that is other people's expectations, a career path that no longer serves you, a relationship that has run its course, or simply the belief that you have to have your entire life mapped out to the last detail. The final card is the Moon in Capricorn. This is the card I have been building up to because the Moon is all about what is hidden, what is beneath the surface, the realm of the subconscious and intuition. In a reading about unlocking hidden desires, the Moon is absolutely essential because it is asking you to pay attention to what you feel in your gut, what shows up in your dreams, what you sense but cannot quite articulate logically. For someone like you who lives so much in the practical, tangible world, the Moon is inviting you to trust the parts of yourself that do not operate on logic and reason, the hidden desire that is being unlocked. There is something about it that you have been sensing for a while, even if you could not put it into words. Maybe you have been having dreams about a different life. Maybe you have been feeling this vague dissatisfaction that you could not quite pin down. Maybe there have been moments where you catch yourself daydreaming about something completely different from what you are currently pursuing. The Moon is confirming that these feelings, these intuitions, these nebulous senses of what you want, they are all valid and worth paying attention to. What I am also seeing with the Moon is that there might be some fear or anxiety around this choice. The Moon illuminates the path, but it is not full daylight. There are still shadows and unknowns. You might be afraid of disappointing people, afraid of making the wrong choice, afraid of wanting something and then not achieving it, afraid of being vulnerable enough to admit what you really desire. All of that is completely understandable. But the Moon is showing me that you have to move forward anyway, trusting that the path will become clearer as you walk it. There is also something here about illusion versus reality. The Moon asks you to examine what you think you want versus what you actually want. Sometimes we pursue goals because we have been conditioned to want them, because society says they are valuable, because other people would be impressed. But when you really tune into your intuition, into what makes you come alive, the answer might be completely different from what you expected. The powerful choice is partly about seeing through the illusions and getting honest about what fulfills you versus what you think should fulfill you. So Capricorn, let me bring this all together for you. The cards are showing me that you are standing at a threshold moment where one significant choice is going to unlock desires you have been keeping hidden, maybe even from yourself. The Nine of Cups tells me this is about genuine emotional fulfillment and allowing yourself to want what makes you happy. The Magician confirms you have all the resources and power you need to manifest this desire. The Page of Pentacles shows you starting something new in a practical, tangible way, even if it means being a beginner. The Three of Cups reveals the social, relational element of what you truly want, the celebration and connection with others. The Fool asks you to take a leap of faith into unknown territory, trusting the journey. And the Moon reminds you to listen to your intuition and trust what you feel, even when you cannot fully explain it. This powerful choice that is coming, it is not going to look the way you expected. It might ask you to prioritize differently, to value things you previously dismissed, to trust yourself in new ways. But the cards are so clear that making this choice in alignment with your authentic desires is going to open up a level of fulfillment you have not experienced before. I would love to hear from you after this reading. Do any of these messages resonate with what you have been feeling? Drop a comment and let me know what is coming up for you. Thank you for being here and trusting me with your energy today. I will see you in the next one.